talk about the MLS Cup Playoffs. MLS is divided into two conferences, the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. The top 9 teams from each conference qualify for the MLS Cup Playoffs. The 8th and 9th teams of each conference go into what's called the wild card round. All that is, it's one single game between the 8th and 9th team to decide who goes into round 1 best of 3. In the West, it's Vancouver against Portland. In the East, it's Montreal against Atlanta. It's one single game, and whoever advances goes into the round 1 best of 3 against the number 1 seed or number 1 team in their conference. In the East, it's Miami, and the West is LAFC. Round 1 is a little bit complicated. It's whoever wins 2 games out of 3. If you win the first 2 games, the third game is not necessary and it's not played. The higher seed plays at home first game, away second game, and back home if necessary in the third game. There are no draws. If the scores are level after 90 minutes, it goes to penalties, and whoever wins the penalty shootout gets the win. There's no aggregate score or anything like that. It's just about winning the game or winning the penalty shootout, and whoever wins 2 first advances. After that, it gets a little bit easier to understand because it's just one single game. Semifinals, conference final, MLS Cup final, it's all just one game. The team with the higher seed plays at home, and the MLS Cup, it's just about the Supporter Shield standings. Whoever has the higher ranking in the Supporter Shield standings, which is just a combined table between the Eastern and Western conferences, that's who hosts MLS Cup. Inter Miami won the Supporter Shield, or number 1 team, so they will always have home field advantage. Columbus Crew were the number 2 team. They will have home field advantage against every team except Miami, and LAFC will have home field advantage against every team in the West, but they may have to play MLS Cup final away if they play against Miami or Columbus. I hope this explains the MLS Cup, and if you have any questions, let me know.